Close encounters of the dog kind.
And I told her you can't get chlamydia from a dog. Relax.
We're queuing in the episode right there.
Okay. You're welcome back to Tritone Radio. I'm just gonna go ahead and start this episode off by saying if you're looking for things that make sense or even interesting, this might not be the episode for you. Because I brought in some fools.
He brought in Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Oh, Christ.
And Chase.
And Chase. And Crazy Will's here, too.
What's up?
And we're going to listen. This is our second part of our metal series. So we brought back the Shitman himself, Shart 2.
The hero.
Who gets to pick the metal we're listening to? Is it already predetermined?
Shitman Cometh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Part 2.
Are there words you can't say in a podcast?
No, you can say whatever you want.
You can say fuck and shit.
You can't say podcast.
Yeah, the only word you can't say is podcast.
All right.
All right. Are we clear on the rules?
Yeah, dude.
You're not gonna curse.
Knock twice and
squeeze it on there tight.
don't spit.
You gotta force it in.
Forcing it. There we go.
Okay.
Having mic issues.
That's,
Mike's having mic issues.
Yeah, that's what it is. Okay.
So what's the first song there,
The
Corbin?
first song. Let's just play it. This is by a band called Perpetual Warfare. The song's called Earthlings. Hit it, Will.
Like a vital
Welcome back to Tritone Radio. That was a band from Bogota, Colombia. They're called Perpetual Warfare. That song was called Earthlings, and it was just some good old down-home South American thrash metal.
It was brutal.
Tell you what, it was good and brutal. I liked it.
What'd you make of the lyrics, Jace?
Yeah,
I
I read
really
the lyrics
like
in between there.
the lyrics direction. I think it's worth looking up. They it's kind of like a fatalist, environmental kind of stance, and I think that's something that people can relate to and made uncomfortable by.
Define fatalist.
Well,
Because I'm stupid.
okay.
Good.
It was pretty bleak.
Yeah. Okay.
Given it
yeah.
was also a metal song and
Yeah.
metal lyrics, but it was quite bleak even regarding that.
Sure.
With the
I had like a
Okay.
converge
Stuff.
vibe,
All right.
but dug it.
Yeah, a little convergy, I thought like the groovage of it was very Municipal Waste,
Yeah.
which Municipal Waste is gonna fuck you up if you're not careful.
God bless those guys.
It's definitely not something you should eat.
I only know that one song by him.
Dude, you should know all the songs by them. Put that goddamn microphone up to your
Yeah,
face.
where you
would
from?
dude? What are you
Not
doing?
hear me?
No.
No, dude.
Oh, okay.
Jesus.
You gotta eat this mic, man.
Okay, so everybody liked it. That was cool.
Yeah, it was
International band. We like you guys. Thank you, Perpetual Warfare, for being metal as fuck and a not as metal time. Chase.
Yep.
Now, we
newcomer.
fancy calling you Old Hatchet Foot Harbor. Now, I'd like to talk about where that nickname came from and how you
Oh
got
my
it.
God. That took me a second.
Let's go.
All right.
Can you tell me the story? Can you relive this story? I just want you to relive your pain.
Okay.
So, because this is a metal episode, we're trying to be metal.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
It is
All right.
pretty
I'll
metal.
start from the beginning. So
Okay.
it was evening, and I wasn't in a good mood, and a tree had fallen over.
Were you intoxicated?
No.
Okay.
I had like a beer.
Okay.
I had gotten home from work and had like
I would say
3/4
that's-
of
I just
a
don't
beer.
want to talk past each other.
I would
so
say
I wanna
that
make sure
would
we're
probably be
defining.
debatable, but
No, I had like 3/4 of a
okay.
beer.
All right. All
Fuck
right.
you.
I don't believe you. I
So-
was living with Chase at this time, and we were drinking heavily, so I'm just assuming he's lying, but continue.
Yeah. So there was a tree that had fallen over in the backyard, and I went back there to cut it up. It didn't really have to happen right there, but I was having a bad day, and I was angry, and I went
Turn
outside.
event. Sure.
And
We've all been there. We all
so
want to cut things down when we're mad. Chase just actually does it.
so I climbed up into the fallen over tree. I was like 10 feet off the ground, and I was hacking it up with an axe head that was attached to a hatchet handle, because it didn't have an axe handle, so the weight was a little off. And I had been striking at it for a couple hours, and I was making really good progress. And the sun was starting to go down. It was dusk, and I took a swing at a crotch of an intersection of a branch, and
Can I ask you a quick question?
Yeah.
What was on your feet?
I was barefoot.
Okay, thank you. That's all.
Can I ask a
Something to know.
follow-up question?
Yeah.
Why?
Because
Just
it
let him
was kind of
decide.
wet outside, so my shoes wouldn't have had very good grip on the tree limbs. So
So
I went
naturally.
barefoot so I could kind of like hold it a little bit with my toes.
Okay.
Okay, so I was
Hobbit.
12 feet on the ground, hobbit footing it in the tree with with an axe head on a hatchet handle at dusk, 3/4 of a beer. And then I took a swing, and it didn't really bite in. It rebounded, and on the recoil of the swing, it went in between my big toe and the one next to it, and it kind of split my foot like a banana.
Oh my god.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
But it split it from the bottom, so I was looking at it from the top, and I thought I had cut my toe off. But when I looked down, my toe was still there, so I was like, cool. I'm going to climb out of the tree and go get cleaned up and sit down and think
Your
about
thought process was cool.
Did you,
Yeah,
go
like,
to
it's
the,
all
did you have
good.
to go to the hospital?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. I felt like I was there inside, and I felt like some guy you didn't even know gave you a ride.
No, it was Reed.
It was fucking Reed.
Was it Reed?
dude. Reed
I'll get to that
G.
part of the fucking
Shameless
story.
plug.
Okay.
Drummer for Moonchief. Continue.
Oh, he's a great drummer for Moonchief, that Reed guy. Great
Yeah.
guy. Pretty hair. So,
That's right, it was Reed.
So I looked at it. I was like, cool, it's not that bad. I was looking at it from the top. And then I turned my foot over, and there's just blood like pouring all out of it and down the the tree and onto the ground, and I was like, well, that's hospital right there. And I have to get some
Fatality.
stitches. Yeah. So I jumped out of the tree, and what really sucked is that I dropped the axe into the brush. I had to go back and get it a couple days. That really doesn't matter this story. But it was a really nice axe. It had a Swedish steel handle on it. I mean, the metal was Swedish steel. That's why I didn't throw it out afterwards, but I digress.
Did you get it from Bob's in Lumbridge?
No, I got it back to Lumby. But I ran inside, I hobbled up to the door, and I said, I need to go to the hospital right now. And Reed and Corbin came outside, and then Corbin and Reed were like, oh, dude, I don't have my fucking wallet. Like, have you seen my do you have your keys? Like, and I was like, one of y'all get in the fucking car. And Reed got in my car.
Yep. That's pretty much how it went down.
And drove me to the hospital.
He was
such a sweetie.
3/4 of a beer. I had many beers.
We came up to like a yellow light, and he was like, do you want me to run it? Do I need to run this light? And I was like, no, it's going to be fine.
So you're probably in your mind like, God fucking damn it, Reed, just go.
No, I mean...
I have this mental image in my head of just like, you're coming up bleeding out. You're like, hey, can one of you guys drive me to the hospital? I'm like, I don't know, man. Can't find my wallet.
No, we were standing in the fucking driveway. Like, we're all ready to go, and Corbin or Reed, I forget which one, is like, oh, dude, I don't have my wallet. I got to go back and look for it. Have you seen my wallet? And I'm just like, are you fucking serious? Get in the fucking car.
Oh, Lord. Yeah.
But I lived like 4 blocks from the hospital, so like it really wasn't a big deal.
Yeah, that's true. We were pretty close at that time.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I just wanted that story to be recorded for posterity. I just felt like that needed to be somewhere and always be, and potentially one day a public service announcement for not chopping wood in bare feet.
Everybody at the hospital gave me some good shit about it.
Yeah,
They were like, every new doctor who came
What did
in
that
was
cost
like,
you?
dude, how did that get through your shoe?
Yeah.
So what did they just stitch it up?
Yeah.
They said that?
Yeah, they were like, how did that get through your shoe?
What was? I have to know your rebuttal to that.
I was barefoot.
You just hold it.
Yeah.
Lie. You just
tell them
were
that?
like, fuck
Yeah.
it.
I mean,
Because that's your. I
Chase
feel
has
like
no
that's your
shame.
out at
and
that
I
point.
say that, and most of the time I say that about
shame.
people, and I mean it like as it's like problematic. But Chase has no shame in the best way
I would
possible,
have fucking
dude.
lied. I would have been like, oh,
I know,
yeah,
because
you're fucking Converse.
you're a slime ball, and Chase is a man.
I mean, I had a good reason for being barefoot up in that tree, cutting that thing with 3/4 of a beer at dusk.
I disagree, but yeah.
It made sense at the time.
Well, Chase, thank you for sharing that. I know
I
that's
think
not
it's
your favorite story to tell, but
No, it's a pretty good
it
one.
made me happy to hear again.
Well, I'm glad. I'm
yeah,
glad.
yeah.
I wasn't glad that that my girlfriend didn't find out what happened until I was already like at the hospital for like an hour.
Yeah.
One of y'all finally walked back to her bedroom and was like, yeah, so Chase is at the
Oh
hospital.
my God, that's right. Why was Jess was like in her bed? What happened? I don't even remember now, dude.
Well, I got home and like we had been talking, money and shit, and we weren't arguing, but like I was like, I'm gonna go chop wood, and she was just like, all right. And
Naturally.
there wasn't time to tell her I'd split my foot open like a cantaloupe. Like I had to go to the hospital and get.
Yeah.
So what was
enough.
say that the toe didn't get split? What was the end goal of the wood chopping? Like firewood or just because?
Well, the tree had like split in half, and it was just like making a mess of the yard.
Yeah, he
because it
explained that.
kinda-
He was just blowing some steam off,
Okay,
man.
okay.
just
Like,
cleaning up the yard.
You're just being
Yeah.
a man.
yeah.
I guess.
He's a man.
Right up until I created a surrogate vagina at the bottom of my foot.
Yeah.
Wow.
Aptly described at that.
I mean, it was a pretty gnarly slit.
Yeah. It was tasty, dude. I was.
Do we have any good like toe metal?
You got any
like,
scar? You still got a scar?
Oh, I still got a
there's
scar.
a scar, dude. We'll bust that shit out. We'll put a picture of it on our fucking Instagram, dude.
Johnny Street was the one who pulled out the
That's
last of my
right.
stitches.
You were like, Johnny, you're kind of a doctor.
You're a
Johnny's
medical
a microbiologist.
You're the smartest guy I know.
Yeah. I
on
literally
it to
trust you
sterilize
more
it.
than all these other fucking morons. All right. Well, great story, Chase. Let's play another song. I think it's about time. Again, if you were tuning into this episode expecting things to make sense or to not be completely fucking silly, then this was not necessarily the episode of Tritone Radio for you. But we are Tritone Radio, therefore we have to play music. So this next band is called King's Peak, and this song is called Paradigm. Crazy Will.
It might be the vacant stares of people I've only met once, so I'm trying to consummate a relationship that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just that lonely. Maybe I'm not lonely at all. Maybe it's only physical.
We're talking about the perils of Tinder.
Oh, we're on.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, we were on.
Just makes you feel so dirty.
Yeah. Real quick, before we keep talking about this, that was Paradigm by Kingspeak. Cool band. Thank you, Kingspeak. You guys are badass.
Cool guys, all handsome.
All handsome.
I saw them all on Grindr last week.
Yeah,
Platonically.
Platonic.
We all went out for sandwiches.
Dude, so Mike was recounting a pretty perilous Tinder story
Oh, I'm
just
not.
a minute ago.
Oh man,
Yeah, use your real name too.
Yeah.
I don't even remember, to be honest.
Oh
Her
god.
name was Sarah Jessica Parker.
She went by some like fake, how some people are like free or.
I mean, you guys went on a date to a
You
Burger
know.
King. I wouldn't have used my real name either.
Hey, I wasn't. It wasn't my choice, man.
She knows
I got
Mike
out of
Hart,
work. She
though.
wanted to hang out, and she was like, "I'm hungry." So I was like, "Well, I don't really know what's open." She wanted to go to Burger King. It probably should have been my red flag, but I was like, you know what? Maybe she's really cool.
A red flag that she wanted to go to Burger King.
Well, for your first
She wants to
date,
have it your way.
It's kind of definitely odd, but I didn't think anything of it. And then found out. why
Yeah, what
not
are you
to
talking
trust
about,
her.
dude?
I mean-
That's probably what you could afford at the time. Anyway.
Burger King's one of the only places that like offers a veggie burger on their menu for like really cheap fast
Do
food.
they?
Yeah, but it's garbage.
Well,
I imagine so.
Yeah, thank you, Will.
It sits like a fucking brick in your stomach. It's almost as bad as like the veggie burger patties that they have at Subway.
Oh, you're an expert at that because I remember you went a whole year not eating.
It was only 6 months.
Yeah.
Oh, is it, you didn't do the okay.
Let's not.
That's what I
let's not
agreed
build
to.
Chase up any more than,
Yeah,
than we
that's,
need to.
yeah, that's plenty. It was only 6 months.
Yeah,
Well,
but
I
finish your
feel-
story, Mike. Date to Burger King.
Oh,
Tinder
we're
date to
actually. I
Burger
thought we
King.
segued off.
No, we're doing that.
See, I thought
no,
I was
we're doing
safe.
that. Not at all.
So Sarah Jessica Parker and you went to Burger King.
Yes.
Well, mind you, man, I was trying to rush up to get out of work, and we had talked for a while. So we had FaceTimed or whatever, and I knew she was a real person. And I knew this was, she seemed really sweet, and
Was she cute?
she was pretty cute. And as soon as we got to my house, she was like, I'm really hungry, and so it's like, yeah, let's go to Burger King. So I drove to Burger King, and I mean, she was real cool the way up there. We get to the drive-thru, and I mean, before I can even say, well, what do you want or whatever, so I could order for her, she's just, I want this. I want a number one. I don't want it with this, that, and that. I want it cut in half, and don't give me no sloppy burger. I don't want it all sloppy. And I'm just like, okay, what the fuck?
Sounds like she's got
Jesus.
standards.
Yeah.
I literally, I was like, whatever, get to the window. And this girl puts her hand on the back of my head, pushes it forward so she could talk to the guy once she gets her food.
And that's assault, brother.
I
Yeah,
kinda like
I'm
this
looking
woman.
at her like, what the fuck?
She knows what she wants. She doesn't want it sloppy, and she wants it
did.
right now.
She's looking at the burger. It looks like the best burger I've ever seen from Burger King. And I hadn't eaten all day, so I had that whole, I'm probably not going to order anything because it just didn't feel good, and I wasn't trying to get Burger King at that moment when I'm not feeling good. So I look at that burger, and I'm like, damn, I'm fucking hungry. And she pushes my head forward, and she's just like, is your cook black? And I'm like, what the fuck? And the guy's like, huh? And she's like, is your cook black?
This lady, this girl, she's African American,
Yeah, she-
correct?
yeah, she was-
How the
Okay,
hell do you
cool.
know she's African American?
Because he had mentioned it
told you.
earlier. Yeah.
No, he said she was black. That she doesn't make you automatically African, but that's really an
Whatever.
doesn't ma-
Shut
it
up,
doesn't
Chase.
matter. It
You
doesn't
know what
matter.
I meant. God damn.
So
Will you hand me that orange?
Yes, I will hand you this orange.
Finish your story. man.
So he goes, no, she, and he puts an emphasis on she. She is Hispanic. And she goes, oh, okay, well, that's why it's all neat. Hispanics don't ever hook nothing up. She's like, if he was a black cook, it would have hooked everything up. And I'm sitting there like, what the fuck is that? I didn't know that was a thing, but whatever, okay. And so we pull out, and I'm like, start making my way out onto
Pull out,
Indian
kid.
Trail, and she's like, pull the car over. I'm just like, what? I thought she's like fucking with me at this point. And she's like, I gotta eat. I'm like, we can eat, on the way there. And she's like, no, I gotta eat. I don't want to be spilling everything. Okay. And at this point, I'm already.
You're in your car, right?
No, this is my car. I drove.
Yeah.
I'm like, how the fuck do I get out of this situation? And I didn't know how crazy she was, so I wasn't just gonna say like, what I thought. I was gonna wait. So she's talking. I'm letting her ramble, while we're driving, and I pull into my street, and I'm like it's a bomb or something, because I'm expecting her to start hitting me. Yeah, once I drop this on her.
Which would have been.
And I turned her, and I'm just like, you know what? I'm just gonna drop you off by your car. And she's like, what? I'm like, you hadn't said one positive thing. It was really embarrassing, that whole, ordeal at Burger King.
How are you gonna go back to your local Burger King now?
I was like, yeah, I can't even eat a burger there now. It's how the fuck am I gonna explain that?
At least not with the night shift.
And
I swear to God, I met her on Tinder and I didn't know she was a bitch.
and I'm telling you, this is like a 25-minute situation. I drop her off or to pull up to my spot, and she's like, pull up to my car, which I was gonna do. And at that point, I was like, you know what? I don't need to be a gentleman at this point. And I tell her, I was like, I have not felt the need to be a gentleman to you, because you have been nothing but disrespectful to me. You're gonna walk 5 extra feet to your car. We're gonna conclude the night, and we're gonna go our separate ways. She gets out of the car, and I couldn't leave it at that. I sent a text message. It was like, thank you for one of the.
You had to get the last word.
And that's me. But I was just like, thank you for one of the greatest, funniest 25 minutes of my life.
And that's how I met your mother.
Probably prevented me from making a stupid decision further on this. So I think someone was looking out for me.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
That's a pretty.
Yeah, I should have learned my lesson with
moral of the story.
With Bird Girl, pickle
moral
Bird
of the
Girl.
story.
But won't get into
Stay
that.
off Tinder, kids.
Yeah.
You just go out and meet some people, and
I just want to point out right now, Chase is just peeling some oranges, and he just sprayed a little bit of orange juice on my mic, and now it smells orange fresh.
Oh wow!
Or the orange oils, to be exact.
He just peels at me.
Dude,
don't make a goddamn mess.
It smells refreshing.
Our podcast room, dude.
I'm making a mess.
You're making a mess.
It smells good, dude.
Dude, it does smell like oranges down here now, where normally it smells like feet.
I mean, it smells like feet and beer normally, so.
Is there any more metal on the menu?
Oh, there's some more metal on the menu. You're probably right. That Michael's an incredibly long-winded story. Definitely took up
not that I wanted
time.
To share.
Nah, yeah, you did.
So,
dude. You literally asked me if you could tell that story.
I did not ask him. For the record, I did not ask for that.
For the record, I was there. Totally.
Let's talk about metal.
Thank you.
Fuck everybody.
We're gonna play some metal, then we'll talk about some metal.
Okay.
All right. This
And
next song, you guys will like. You can't. Table salt breakfast cereal. I can make up shit too, dude. Whatever.
It's scientific. Google it.
This next band is called Weed Demon.
Eddie Bravo.
And it's called Astrilogical Passages.
How do you spell that?
What do you mean, Weed Demon? What the fuck kind of question is that?
Weed demon.
Yeah, that's. Tritone Radio. That was a weed demon.
What's the name of this podcast?
Tritone Radio.
Are we live?
There you go.
We are live.
So live. It hurts.
I'm Corbin Nielsen.
I'm Corbin Nielsen. And I'm Hatchet Harbor.
And this is Tri-Quarter Radio.
Tri-Quarter Radio.
Welcome back to the program.
Dude, don't be disrespectful on my show, dude.
Fucking stop me.
Oh, I can't. You're pretty big. I mean, I think I may be able to.
I mean, all you'd have to do is unplug my mic.
And I know. You're pretty voiceless.
You should have
so
named your
probably get it
podcast
out.
Cuatros Gatos.
Dude, oh my god.
Quando.
Dude.
Quando.
This podcast got off the rails real quick.
That last song I thought was really good. It was like sludgy, dirty. We tried to look up the lyrics and we weren't able to get them up, but
And 9 minutes too long. I'm just kidding.
Dude, Jesus.
I mean, if anything, it'd be like 6 minutes too long. I thought it was pretty good.
On a serious note, I thought it was, I thought it was too long. No, it was good.
Shit.
That's the shit that I listen to. I love it.
It was heavy and brutal.
Yeah, it was good.
That's the shit I like.
I mean, Mike's video he's gonna plug here in a minute. It's gonna be like 8 minutes long. So
Yeah.
Which is what we initially were cackling about. Is
I was
he
just
was-
like, let me shit on how long this song is, and then, hey, Cardona, 8 minutes.
yeah. By the way, your song's 8 minutes and maybe a little masturbatory. Maybe a little.
I would say that masturbation can be art.
Yeah.
I
that's
don't think
true.
we repeat a riff once, though, I will say, so that's going to masturbate my wiener even more there.
All right. That's
Do you
kinda
guys
what
have
I was
posted
shooting
lyrics for that new
Huh?
track? Do you guys have posted lyrics for that new
We
track?
do, man, and those lyrics are actually, I didn't write any of them, so I can say, I think they're fucking awesome.
Can you hear him well?
Yeah. You can, get a little, you can get a little closer.
Oh, man.
Like I said, you got to eat these mics.
You gotta get like it's a
Seriously,
robot dick.
That's much
Eat while eating these mics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I say robot dicks on this?
You can say dick, but you can't say robot.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
That was really
Offensive.
We don't know
Got
if
it.
You
we
just
can
can't
do
say
that.
podcast.
Yeah. Don't,
yeah,
don't
yeah,
say
yeah,
The one
podcast.
Thank
rule
you.
of
Yeah.
this.
No, I remember the rules. I'm
Thank
fucking-
you.
We also
Yeah,
can't
did
say
mention that
metal
earlier.
either.
I'm here.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to go back and take out metal.
Do we know anything else about this band?
They're from Columbus, Ohio. I would venture to say they probably smoke a lot of pot because they're called Weed Demon. So
Weed Eater's one of my favorite
That's cool.
bands. They should.
Yeah. yeah, can I get a Weed Eater, Weed Demon, Bongzilla tour?
Right.
Yeah.
Is Bongzilla a thing?
Yes.
Chase, you'd actually be really good friends with the vocalist of Weed Eater because you'd have one thing in common. He shot his fucking toe off. With
Oh, hey.
I have all my fucking toes, I'll have you know. I mean,
Yeah.
one of them looks a little funny, but I still have all of them.
Yeah, that one. We still haven't got to see it. I'll show it to me later.
Well, I'm sure he was barefoot too.
Yeah.
Why do you think that?
I just like to.
Oh.
We just like to think you guys are kindred spirits.
What do you think he like put down like a shower curtain and like took his shoe off and like placed it on a table and just like blew the fucking thing off?
I don't know. I don't know the details of that.
I don't know. I don't
Well, can
either.
you
I would
look
assume
up
it'd be like
how the guy from Weed
reloading.
Eater shot his foot off?
Pretty sure he was like reloading or something. Maybe I accidentally
sure.
pulled it drunk. I mean, dude, when I've seen him live like 3 or 4 times, and they polish off like 2 bottles of fucking whiskey. I mean,
But when you, cut
between
your
the
foot,
3 of them, so
did
I'm sure
hurt?
there was alcohol
Or
involved.
Did it like hurt right away, or
No. There was like no pain right away. It's just like I had like hit myself with a
severed
blunt
the
object.
nerve. Oh my god, that feeling just.
No, it wasn't bad. It was like shock, you know? Like I felt the impact like it was hit, and then I like started investigating and assessing the it didn't really start to hurt until like we were like halfway there.
Maybe
the
I
hospital.
should see a doctor, but when I think of it, like I feel the pain like go like straight to my balls. That just doesn't feel good.
Maybe you should just
That's
see a
where
doctor
it
in
like
general,
channels.
but I
It
don't
just
think
goes
it's
straight
related.
to my nuts. Just ugh.
Perhaps the doctor of mental
It's like
health.
a thunderbolt hit the tip of my penis.
I mean, sometimes
my
things like that
God.
just make you kind of, I don't know. I don't want to get too into the topic of like visceral like flesh damage, but I mean, sometimes those things just make you shudder when you hear about
Yeah,
them.
I
More
won't-
than like
oh
if
my-
it had happened to
As
you.
people are probably turning this podcast off right now.
So here's my problem with your Jesus Christ.
Check out the Batwing.
Oh Lord. Yeah.
So, I was
We
at the
can't-
MARTA station the other day in Doraville,
Okay.
And I had like a 50-minute layover until my next bus came, and I went to go get a beer. And across the street, there's a gas station, but it doesn't sell beer because I think it's a good idea to not sell beer right across from the MARTA station. Anyway, so I had to walk a mile or so to an actual. Anyway, so I get there and I buy the beer, have exactly as much change, and I'm leaving. And I walk up to a crosswalk, and there's another guy there. And I said, "Good evening." And he turned to me and he started like giving me jazz hands, and he was like, "You think that's gonna fucking work on me? You think I don't know? You think I don't know that she stays up all night mixing potions and smashing bones? That you're just gonna walk up on me and cast a spell like that?"
What?
I was like, "Oh fuck." So
Dude,
the crosswalk's still like flashing red, "Don't walk," and I'm standing next to this guy.
Having a real
Please don't stab
dilemma
me,
of
sir.
what to do.
And I was like, "I'm sorry," and he was like, "Don't be sorry. You shouldn't be ashamed of who you are, but go fuck yourself. And I don't give a shit about you. People like you always coming up to me, and you think you're fucking like I don't know what she does. Look, I see it. It ain't gonna work." And at that point, I had tried apologizing. When I walked up, I was trying to be like courteous. I was in such a good mood because I had like 1 penny over how much the beer cost.
You,
and like,
you didn't even say like, "I think you have me mistaken for somebody else" or nothing.
Oh no. The only
Just
things I
played
said to
along.
him were "good evening," and then "I'm sorry," and then I just nodded and waited for the fucking crosswalk to turn to the walk symbol, and it took for fucking ever. This guy was just like right in my ear talking all this crazy shit.
Did you walk parallel to each other? Or did you kind of gain
Dude,
some
as soon as the
momentum?
fucking light changed, I took off like at a full sprint.
Did you look behind you?
Not until I was like half a block down.
Yeah, dude,
I
was
think
this person
I think I would've
was
let
like
him
coming
bolt
up
first.
to you, like approaching you.
Keep your eyes on.
No,
him.
he was already
Like-
at the crosswalk, like waiting to
No,
go
I
across.
know. I'm just saying, like, once the turn green, like, did you just were like, I don't want to be here anymore, and that's why you ran?
I took
Like,
off at a dead fucking
did you
sprint
did you
we were
feel
going the same
threatened?
way, and I had to drink this beer, and I was like right next to the door of a police station,
coming
and I had
from-
like enough on my mind that I didn't want to worry about this guy coming up behind me. So I was just like, I'm gonna put some distance between me and this crazy person.
Huh.
Because I mean, worst case scenario, I get in an altercation with some guy who's like 40 years older than me
I would say worst case scenario, he harvests your organs.
and 100 pounds lighter. And it just wasn't gonna be a good fucking scene.
So, do you think he was accusing you of being a witch?
No, he was accusing me of being like under the influence of a witch or something. Like he had his own psychosis, and like I just kind of happened to fit into it.
Are you a witch?
No.
Are you under the influence of a witch?
Yeah, well,
Well,
how
if
do we
I-
not
if
know?
I
that?
was, I
Have
wouldn't
you
know.
ever been?
Yeah, no, totally. I got cursed by a witch.
Okay. All right. So, maybe he wasn't so crazy.
I don't think she would have cared about him.
I don't know.
All from coming from a gas station.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. It was such a beautiful moment in there because I had enough change, and the guy was like, "Oh, you have enough change," and we were both.
Shit, or no, it wasn't last time, but one of the time we were at a gas station and we're gonna get some beer, and I get up to the fucking door, and the guy who owns the gas station, I presume, is on the cell phone. And the guy standing outside is like, "Yeah, he won't let me in," and I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "No, dude, it's a business. You just go in and get your stuff." He's like, "No, he locked the doors," and the guy's on the phone, just like having a good time, smiling, like talking, I guess, to someone about something doesn't look very important, and I'm like, I just cut a fucking promo on the guy. I'm just like, dude, I will give you $100 to let me come in the fucking door. I just want some beer. This fucking guy would not. Fucking Corbin's just like, dude, get in the fucking
Yeah,
car.
Mike is actually making a scene, and
I was like, no, man, this is
admittedly pretty
some bullshit.
hilarious. I just kind
So I
of
think
was like,
that-
get in the fucking car. We'll just go get beer at another gas station. And yeah, that was pretty silly.
So
I
I
don't think
think
that's as good as Chase's story.
Oh
though.
no, I'm just saying. I think
Yeah,
that
no, whatever, dude. That's getting cut out, dude.
well,
You know what? Actually, we're just gonna cut all your parts off. Of the
that's what I was gonna
podcast.
say. Well, you just cut out every bit of it.
Yeah,
Probably
that's
it'd
fine.
probably have a better success rate.
The
Yeah.
guy didn't catch up with me, but
Well, I was gonna say,
it all worked out, I guess.
that's some witchcraft in
I didn't even
itself,
get to
but-
enjoy my beer. I was like trying to drink it so quickly walking back to the
I was
bus
gonna say you
station.
had already opened it.
No, it was like one of those like the aluminum fucking like Budweiser
Oh,
cans.
okay.
It was
No,
like,
that's kudos to you, man.
Well, I mean, I was just like
Getting done,
power
getting it
walking,
done.
trying to drink it, and thinking to myself like I got to drink before I get back to the bus station because you can't just drink beers openly at the bus station. I assume.
Mm-hmm.
Which is lame.
Well, yeah.
We should fix
Which
that.
is fucking
the messed
lame.
up laws in this country.
And not everybody can handle their shit though.
That's true.
I can drink a beer at a bus station and not accuse someone of witchcraft. I just knew that it was going to take me another hour on a fucking bus. The first time I took that bus, someone broke the fucking door. They punched the fucking glass door, shattered it, and we were stuck on the side of the road for like 2 hours.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Who's your favorite witch in history?
In history?
Yeah. I would have to go with the Wicked Witch of the West.
I'm tied by fate to say your mother.
You take that the fuck
I'm
back.
sorry. That's the only answer I could have given. It's your sweet,
I
sweet
think
mother.
it
hate
sounds like
you.
he's still not convinced you're
Yeah.
not under the influence.
That's
of a
true.
witch.
If I was under the influence of which, I wouldn't know it. Will would know it, though.
Would I know it?
You're a warlock yourself, aren't you?
I
Will's a
am.
base wizard. There's a difference.
A base wizard. I wish my
You
fantasy
shall
players were
not
wizards with
slap.
Don't
touchdowns.
fucking bring up depressing shit on my podcast, dude. I
So
want to talk to you.
metal.
So metal.
So metal.
Yeah.
What do we, let's vote on the next one. What's like the next two, and then we pick one to go next. No.
No.
No?
That's
Okay.
not how this works, dude.
Oh, okay.
I wish that you would just shut up.
Chase, how do you feel about metal?
Dude, you're the only person that can look ominous eating an orange, dude.
What do I feel about metal?
Yeah.
I think I'm not gonna make a lot of friends. I think that clean vocals are sometimes overrated. I think that
In metal or just in general?
in metal.
Okay.
I don't know, but I do like it when the lyrics are available online, because like maybe I just have like old guy ears, but like I have trouble picking out exactly what people are talking about,
Yeah.
which might sound like the most unmetal fucking thing to say.
No, dude.
No.
It's like, what are you guys? What are you
I
talking
play in
about?
those bands. And I
I
have
think
no
we've
idea what
all
they're
fucking
saying.
been there, yeah. Like,
Yeah.
no doubts.
But
That's why when I talk shit about mumble rap, I'm like, fuck, forgot.
Yeah, I'm in
that's
metal.
right. Tell me again how you like Gangnam Style.
Sing me the song of your people. Gangnam Style.
I'm surprised no one's called me out. It's like mumble rap. Fucking give Cookie Monster vocals. Like what the fuck?
Dude.
And I was
no.
like, touche.
I feel you, but at least there's intricate instrumentation going on underneath all your Cookie Monster.
Yeah, I would say
vocals.
revert back to the other metal podcast to get my feelings on that.
Yeah, fair enough.
Speaking of rap, I
Which
saw
is available on YouTube.com.
I saw
/
DJ Khaled on that cool show where you
Oh
have to
my
eat hot
God.
wings and answer questions. Act like a total bitch, and it was
DJ
really
needs
great.
a fucking salad, man.
Dude, it was so
oh
fucking-
shit! I'm sorry.
Have you guys seen that?
Got him.
Dude.
No, I love those hot wings.
Yeah,
things,
it's that. But DJ Khaled was on
I-
it, and he
I-
couldn't get through like 3 wings.
Damn, for
Oh,
real?
dude, it's so funny. Yeah,
Good lord, dude.
he's like,
It's been living
yeah, I don't
soft
want to go
too
any further,
long.
but like, I'm not quitting. And the host is just like, but you're quitting. And he's like, no, it's not like that. And he's like, but,
That's
yeah,
called quitting where I'm
that-
from.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
That's
Dude, it's
fucking
really
hilarious,
fucking funny.
dude. I'm about that life.
I think he's like the first person to like wimp out of hot wings that they've ever had.
Really?
Yeah.
Surely somebody else has, dude.
Not
How
that
many
I've
do they
seen.
make them eat again?
Hmm?
How many do they
10.
normally make them
10
eat?
wings.
10? Okay. And they're like super hot.
Like the last 3.
Okay.
I think I could do it, but I'd have to be like really drunk. But they let you
Yeah.
bring whatever,
Yeah. Just bring some milk.
like booze and whippets. I think I could get through it.
Milk and bread.
Milk and bread and booze and whippets.
Oh, Lord.
Maybe an
I
orange.
think that'd be a recipe for getting through that.
Maybe an orange. That's what we paid you for this podcast. Oh yeah, fuck.
Yeah,
can't say
that
that.
is. Yeah.
Am I getting
thank
paid
you.
for this?
The orange.
Dude,
That's what
well, how
that-
are people get in touch with your people?
Oh, yeah, good.
Yeah.
I ate a
Yeah,
whole raw
definitely.
habanero once.
Just like
Yo,
if-
Will, I need you to sign this piece of paper.
A piece of paper.
Yeah, don't look at the rest of it. Just I need you to sign this. Can you
jokes on
validate my
now
parking?
I own your kidney. Surgery's on Thursday.
Hey, parking's a bitch.
Parking where?
At this high-rise studio that we're recording this podcast in.
Oh yeah, dude. Well, I mean, I'm sorry. Like normally, like I'd send you my normal helicopter pilot like down to get you.
Is Janine sick? There's a new secretary out in the foyer.
Well, Janine, we found out was also doing like webcam porn while she was on duty. So we promoted her and we got a new secretary.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah. Jesus, dude. Oh, I can't. All right, I'm gonna put on another song. I'm gonna put on another song. I'm gonna try. All right, you guys will actually like this one too. It's called One. It's by a band called Palaces. Will, hit it.
Can you spell that? Tricorder Radio. Telemundo.
Will, are we rolling, dude?
The Watermelons y Delicioso
that
and
was
Tropical.
Palaces, their song One. And I hope that we can even release this podcast, because it's just gone completely out of control.
Dude, stay professional. Come on.
This guy's got his head in the right place.
Will, did you ever get an update?
Will, yeah, update us, dude. What do you got?
Back to Will in the studio with the update.
We gotta get the music.
North Carolina sludge pillagers Weed Eater have been forced to postpone the recording sessions of their new album after the band's vocalist bassist Dixie Dave Collins shot his big toe off whilst cleaning his favorite shotgun this past weekend.
Shoeless.
According to a posting on the group's MySpace page, Collins states, "It wasn't my intention to shoot off my big toe. This really fucking sucks, and the pain is unbearable." There's more.
Oh my god.
Collins' doctors have advised that he is to be bedridden for the next few weeks during his recovery. As a result, Weed Eater's previously announced recording session with producer Steve Albini, Nirvana, Neurosis, and Pixies at his electrical audio studio in Chicago, Illinois will now have to be postponed until the March-April 9 Toe Tour, according to the band.
That's fucking awesome.
For a list of upcoming Weed Eater shows, visit the group's MySpace page.
Yes.
I guess I'm going to have to log
And
on
I
to
saw
my
him
MySpace.
before and after the toe. So
You saw the before and after picture?
I've seen him play when he had the toe and after, and you could tell like his balance is just struggling. Not even because he was fine drinking on stage. You know it's not that. You can tell, man, he struggles to balance on stage.
You never watched the Amanda Show?
Yeah. What was
On the Amanda Show, there was a segment where fucking it was like a take on Dawson's Creek, and her dad had her his big toe
Moody's
removed.
Point.
Moody's Point, yeah.
Oh,
that was like,
well, of course remembers that.
dude, that was like the whole shtick, is he had, like didn't have a big toe and he
It was
was
like, oh,
always
yeah,
fucking
Moody's
falling
Point.
over. The show was great, and then you found out that the guy who like ran it was a super rapist.
What?
Oh yeah, the guy who was like worked with Amanda Bynes.
Yeah.
He wasn't like a super rapist. He
In
was
real
just
life?
sketch.
I did not hear about this.
Oh, dude, I heard in real life the guy
Dude,
was
it's some
sketchy as
dark shit. He
fucking
was definitely
balls.
sketchy, dude, and was apparently pretty. I don't know. We could just be talking shit. I'm pretty sure I heard the same shit though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was,
What's a
it was
podcast?
that-
We can just start whatever rumor and it.
Yeah, no. Well,
Yeah.
here's the rumor. I
Hot
heard the
takes.
guy was like a turbo rapist, and he was a piece of shit. And he was like a big
Turbo.
executive at Nickelodeon. He was the fat security guard in the show, but he was actually an executive.
Yeah.
You know who I'm talking about? The fat security guard from the
Yeah.
Amanda Show?
So the guy was like,
Amanda Show.
"Hello, you have the wrong number."
Oh, you know about that shit too,
Yeah,
cuz?
dude.
You didn't watch the Amanda Show?
Dude. I watched maybe a little bit of the Amanda Show. I remember some of those bits. There were some good ones.
I remember
admittedly.
like the Capri Sun that was actually a sumo wrestler. That was a fucking good one. There was like a little straw sticking out of a sumo wrestler's like belly button
You mean
at
this
like
guy?
a lunch table. Yeah, that guy. What's his name?
E.E. Bell?
Yeah, let's fucking smear his career on our very popular.
Sorry, E.
Fuck that guy.
He played the character Barney the security guard.
Dude, I heard Forrest Whitaker caught up with him in an elevator and pressed like a knife right up against his throat.
That's not true.
I believed it.
Jesus, that's because he said it so goddamn confidently, dude.
One of his eyes was looking into
Dude,
his
you
eye.
need to start a cult, dude. Because some idiots would believe whatever you said, dude. I really,
So Forrest
I really
Whitaker,
gotta say
he
that.
cornered him in this elevator.
Dude, stop.
Dude,
One eye in his eye and the other eye selecting which floor he wanted to go to.
but speaking of Amanda Show, all that now has its official YouTube channel.
Oh yeah, Will
you
definitely
can watch all
text
the
me
old
that the other day.
I don't know if it's all the old episodes, but it's like I've seen a bunch of highlights on it though.
You
Dude,
probably see
wait.
some classic bits.
Wait, we came back from a segue after metal and we talked about his toe getting removed, but I don't know if we talked about the song. Did we?
Oh yeah, we talked about it.
No.
About as much as we talked about all the other songs tonight.
I'm drunk. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. We, I warned everybody before we started this podcast that it was going to get ridiculous, and yeah, and now it's ridiculous, and here we are.
And now
We're gonna close out the episode, and we're gonna give you Cardona, Mike Hart's band, his new single. If you somehow have managed to make it through this episode, which
or the song.
or anything.
No, there's going to be statements after the song. We got to talk about it.
No, not on this one.
No, we
dude.
end on a good note.
We're just gonna end on good old Cardona, being Cardona, dude.
I'm being fondled.
But Chase,
by
you're invited
my
back
laugh.
here anytime you want, dude.
Thanks, bro.
Because you're one of the more absurd human beings I know. And most of the time you're bigger than everybody, so they can't do anything about it. And that is also entertaining to me.
Well, I guess while I have this national platform to speak on,
Yes.
there's something I'd like to say.
Please.
You know, spay and neuter animals. This has been Bob Barker
Really?
of Tricorder Radio.
Dude, all right, Mike Hart, what's the name of this Cardona song?
Synesthesia basically is like the I believe it's the way that people would perceive like a color as
Yeah.
a smell or a sound.
Yes, that's correct. That is what synesthesia is.
The lyrics were
I read
written
books.
by I believe Sam. I think they had some input on that. I had no input on it, so but they're fucking badass lyrics.
Sam,
and just
2K and
write
Bill.
guitar stuff. And Colin had the huge workload on this one, so I'll put it that way.
All right.
He can take a big load well at anybody.
That's where I was going. It's supposed to be hidden messages.
This is
subliminal.
Tricorder
You
Radio.
ruined
I don't think that's the real name.
We changed it just now. Thank you for coming tonight. If you made it through,
it. Quad douche.
you've earned your spot in Valhalla. Here's Cardona with Synesthesia.
Cause it's